China treated Gavin Newsom, governor of California, like the president he wants to be. Tonight's Newsom Watch, we follow the governor to Beijing, where he talked about all the issues Xi Jinping loves.
What are you doing in China when we've got so much to deal with on our own soil?
Well,
what do you say to them?
Well, our soil is becoming aridified because of climate change. The impact of climate knows no boundaries, knows no jurisdiction.
Chris Hahn is here, host of the Aggressive Progressive podcast. Didn't bring up human rights with Xi Jinping. Didn't bring up support of Iran.
That seems to be a problem with everybody who sits with Xi Jinping. I think human rights needs to be the top of the conversation. I could see why he would welcome Gavin Newsom. There's only 4 other leaders in the world that have a bigger economy than Gavin Newsom. So I think that him getting out there on the world stage is something he should do. I think most governors want to travel the world. I think he has a real reason to do that, given the size of the California economy.
Come on. This isn't about economics. You go see Xi Jinping. This is about he wants to be presidential. Like you.
Say that again.
Yeah, yeah. After 8 o'clock. All right. Democrats and Democrat-leading independent voters who asked their party who should nominate as a 2024 presidential candidate, 33% chose Biden. 67% said they wanted a different candidate as the party's nominee. He's going to China. He's going to Israel. All of a sudden, he's trying to telegraph the "I'm ready," right?
He is letting everybody know he's ready to rock. And should Joe Biden decide on his own that he does not want to run for a second term, I think that Newsom might step in there and try to get the nomination himself. I think there might be 1 or 2 other governors that might feel the same way. I think he's raised his profile in a way that many others haven't. He's become more of a household name among Democrats nationwide, whereas others might have a little bit more regional, name recognition. Governor Newsom is definitely a nationally known commodity, and he's made a very good job of it by his appearances on national television networks, including on conservative networks that wouldn't necessarily be friendly to him, where he's performed well, and of course, traveling the world, getting a lot of ink.
Yeah, no, look, he's willing to go and talk on Fox. He's going to debate DeSantis. One of the things interesting is the populist part of both the Republican and Democratic Party take a very hawkish view of China. For a number of reasons, and yet Gavin Newsom today rejected that. Take a listen.
Well, it's about diversification, and I think that's a healthy thing for every country. But again, it's just about competition, raises everyone's game. But zero sum, I completely reject that framework. That's a very dangerous framework. And I'm not of that mindset.
Sounds like Chamberlain at Munich.
Hey, trading partners don't go to war, right? People who trade together don't go to war. People who work out things economically, have a healthy competition, they don't go to war. And I think that China is going to be one of our major trading partners, whether we like it or not, for the foreseeable future. And a lot of people who are hawkish on China, tweet that from a cell phone made in China. So, it's one thing to live it. It's another thing to walk it. It's another thing to be a governor and have to try to create jobs for your state. And that's what he's doing.
Yeah, well, okay. A lot of companies have left California lately, so maybe he needs some help. Hey, Chris, we got to run. Top of the hour, as you know. Good to see you. Yep. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.